is Brianna Stout. So before dinner is served, we're going to get you guys your plaques in just a second, but before dinner is served, we asked that Antonio Pace Jr., who, as we mentioned, an outstanding club member from J. Barnett Woodruff Club, come up and lead us in tonight's invocation.
As we gather here today, we give thanks for the many blessings bestowed upon us. We give thanks for the club staff, volunteers, and community supporters who have all come together to make this day possible. We give thanks for the opportunity to be here. Being a part of a program like this has been a blessing to our lives. Let us remember the board members and judges who unselfishly give of themselves so we may have endless opportunities to make our dreams and aspirations into realities. We give thanks for the hands that prepared the food, and may the food we are about to eat give us the nourishment to strengthen our minds, bodies, and souls. Thank you.
Here, right here. Once again, the runner-up for Junior Youth of the Year, Antonio Pace Jr. And then again, our winner, Brianna Stout, if you can come on up. And you're going to give your speech for us tonight. Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Brianna Nicole Stout. I'm 11 years old and I'm in the 5th grade. I attend Georgetown Elementary School and I go to the East Columbus Boys and Girls Club. Something that makes me happy is my 3 younger siblings. I have a little sister named Carolina who's 10, an 8-year-old brother named Carlos, and my youngest brother Akeem who just turned 2 last summer. I love my siblings very much. We play together all the time and have lots of fun. I'm proud to be their big sister. I'm a club kid at the East Columbus Boys and Girls Club. I've been going there since I was about 6 years old. If you were to ask me what I like about the Boys and Girls Club, I'd say we get many opportunities to create masterpieces in art class, slime in STEM class, charm bracelets in Smart Girls, and talk about our emotions and positive action. Most of all, the Boys and Girls Club gives us something fun to do after school. I'm very good at helping others. I like helping people at home, school, and Boys and Girls Club. At the Boys and Girls Club, I've helped with teen movie nights and the winter celebration. It makes me feel good to know that I'm being helpful to other people. More importantly, I've learned a lot while being at the Boys and Girls Club. At the Boys and Girls Club, I've learned that no matter who the person is, you should always treat them with kindness and respect. I learned this from 2 teachers who mean a lot to me, Miss Cindy and Miss Titi. Overall, I believe that I'm the very best 2024-2025 Junior Youth of the Year candidate. Why? Because I am smart, I am involved, I am loved, and I'm a leader who makes a difference at my Boys and Girls Club. Once again, my name is Brianna Nicole Stout, I'm 11 years old, and I am the 2024-2025 Junior Youth of the Year candidate. Thank you.
Thank you. Good to see it. All right, welcome back, everybody. Again, if you can have a seat right now, and something that I neglected to tell you at the beginning of the night, if you've got one of these iPhones or Droids, if you can put it on silent or turn it off, because we're going to have some great speeches you're going to hear tonight in the next few minutes from these young men and women. So if everybody can have their seats and direct your attention to the stage. We've got some exciting stuff over the next 45 minutes or an hour. So thank you for being here tonight, supporting this amazing organization, Boys and Girls Clubs of the Chattahoochee Valley. While you finish your dinner, if you have an extra chocolate dish or cheesecake, you can send them over to table number 3. There's an empty seat there. I can help you finish those off if you haven't eaten yours yet. Tonight, of course, a very special night for the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Chattahoochee Valley. We have the exciting opportunity, along with celebrating these young men and women, we want to also honor a very dedicated board member tonight, someone whose contributions and successes have made a significant impact on our community and continuing to serve as a great example to our past and our current club members. Tonight, we are incredibly honored to induct into our Hall of Fame Service to Youth inductee, Mr. Will White. We're setting up the camera over there for him. Before we honor this distinguished man, I would like to recognize also our past Hall of Fame inductees and their families. If you would please stand, if you are a past Hall of Fame inductee or family, and we'll give them a big round of applause. Please stand. And now, if you will please direct your attention to the screen for a special video presentation.
I'm Ken Henson, and I've had the pleasure of knowing Will for over 55 years. I was one of his early babysitters when I was 14 or 15 years old, and I've moved on from being a babysitter to being a lifelong friend.
My name is Austin Gower. I have known Will White for probably 25 years. I'm a little uncomfortable being here because I know how uncomfortable Will is being here. Will is not a person seeking any recognition. The only reason he's allowed us to recognize him is because of his support for the Boys and Girls Club.
I know that Will has been involved with the Boys and Girls Club for a long time, and anybody that knows Will knows that when he gets involved with something, it's not 90% or 95%, it's 100%. And I know that for most of his life here in Columbus, he's been involved with the Boys Club and has remained involved because he's always been interested in young people.
When I first started in business with Will, he gave me the advice of find one organization that you wanted to support and support it wholeheartedly versus spending a lot of time with a lot of organizations. And he was on the Boys and Girls Club board and suggested that maybe I help here too, and I have tried to do what I can to participate as well.
Will was a great gifted tennis player when he was 9 and 10 years old, and was ranked in one of the top 2 or 3 in the United States in that age group, and he continued to be an outstanding player through high school and into college. While I did teach him a little tennis, I certainly was not the one that taught him to play to the level that he played, and I think one of the reasons that Will was such a great player was he had such incredible discipline and motivation and drive even at such a young age.
Will and I have been in business together for about 25 years, and the only time I have ever had any disagreements with Will is when Will wants to make somebody do what they have promised to do, and I think it's cheaper to probably let that person go on down the road than it would be to hold them accountable. He is going to hold you accountable to what you say you're going to do, but he's going to do what he says he's going to do as well every single time. Will White has introduced me to Skip Finkbonner, who has become a friend of mine as well, and here's Skip to tell us some things about Will.
Good evening. My name is Skip Finkbonner. I'm a lawyer in Mobile, Alabama, and I'm a friend of Will White's. I've known Will since we first met in 1978, July of 1978. There's probably a lot about Will that you don't know because he doesn't talk about himself. For example, some of you may know, you might not, that Will was one of the best tennis players in the United States. He went to Duke on a full tennis scholarship and was on full ride there for 4 years. He was also an academic all ACC conference. For a person of his accomplishments, both before, when he was younger, his academic and athletic accomplishments, and his business accomplishments, which he doesn't talk about much, but which are probably pretty well known. But more important than all that, his personal and home life accomplishments. He's been married to Amy for almost 40 years now, and they have 3 girls. I've never been around a person that accomplished as Will, who is less pretentious and who's more genuine than he is. I've known him for 45 years, and I can't remember a single time when I've heard him say something in any way braggadocious or self-aggrandizing. Congratulations, buddy. It's well-deserved. And to say to you, folks, that have given him this honor, you couldn't have picked a finer person. So congratulations to a good guy for a well-deserved honor.
Hello, my name is Fred Park, and I am an old friend of Will White's. We played in the same junior tennis tournaments when we were very young, and played together on the team at Duke University in college. I won't tell stories about when he drove a golf cart off a cliff while he was playing, or when he blew out his knee while he was dancing when we were in college. You'd have to see Will dance to understand that. Or about his car in college, which could only be started with a screwdriver. I'm not going to mention any of these things. But I would like to offer my sincere congratulations to Will on this great honor, and also to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Chattahoochee Valley for having such a great benefactor. Congratulations, Will.
And while we've talked about all the wonderful things that Will has done in the business world and in the community and for the Boys and Girls Club, we shouldn't forget that probably the best decision he ever made was marrying Amy and staying married to her all these years.
Mission statement of the Boys and Girls Club is to inspire and enable children to be the most that they can possibly be. Will White does this in every relationship that he's involved in. An example of that would be with me. The first time I was in a car with Will, he looked over at me and he said, "Austin, what is something that you can do better than anybody else?" And I'm still thinking about that question this day. And that is what Will does, though. He inspires everybody around him, including himself, to be the best that they can possibly be.
Hello. I had the opportunity to put together a story about Will White that was on the news tonight at 5:30, so hopefully that'll be on our website soon. But Mr. White, such an impressive leader in our community. Will White has dedicated more than 40 years to making a meaningful impact in our community and beyond. As a lifelong advocate for youth, Will's 4-decade involvement with the Boys and Girls Clubs has left an enduring legacy on the young people in our area, in the Chattahoochee Valley. Will earned a BA in economics from Duke University in 1983. I'll forgive him because I'm a Tar Heel, but that's okay. Duke's great. He was a standout on the tennis team, as we mentioned, at Duke, serving as co-captain, earning All-ACC and academic All-ACC honors, continuing to advance his studies in finance and management at, listen to this list of schools: Harvard, MIT, Emory, Georgia Tech, and Columbus State University. Professionally, Will is a seasoned real estate expert with more than 4 decades of experience, spanning multifamily development, construction and management, and single-family residential development. He has served in numerous leadership roles in our community, including the Brookstone School Board of Trustees, CSU Board of Trustees, the Corda Executive Committee, the Pure Blue LLC Board of Directors, on the Columbus Development Authority, the Chattahoochee Valley Land Trust, and the Synovus Advisory Board of Directors. Tonight, Will is here with his wife of nearly 40 years, Amy, and many friends as we give recognition to one of our best and brightest leaders right here in our community. Please join us in welcoming to the stage Mr. Will White, the 2025 Hall of Fame Service to Youth inductee of the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Chattahoochee Valley.
Well, thank you very much for those kind comments. I had a speech prepared, but I've decided I'm going to talk about the UNC Duke game the other night, and that's going to take up my entire speech. Did you watch the game?
I should have.
The first 5 minutes. It was a great game. I'm not used to seeing Duke win that easily over UNC. But this is a great honor, and I appreciate everyone being here tonight. This is a great program, and I'm extremely humbled to be inducted into the Boys and Girls Club Service to Youth Hall of Fame, especially since this is an organization that is so close to my heart. It's been a privilege to work with the Boys and Girls Club for approximately 40 years, and I hope in some way through that work I've contributed to the betterment of this community. The Boys and Girls Clubs and all of the committed team members are really making a difference in this world and in Columbus, and I'm so proud to be associated with this group of wonderful people. Through my 40 years with the Boys and Girls Club, I have personally witnessed the transformative impact this organization makes on the youth. But I want to talk about the real superstars tonight, the Junior Youth of the Year and the Youth of the Year candidates, along with the dedicated staff. I sincerely thank the committed staff and the mentors who have always been there, offering their wisdom, encouragement, and support. They have given so much to themselves to ensure that the members of the club are empowered to become the best versions of who they can be. They are truly doing noble work and making a difference. Young children walk through these doors at the Boys and Girls Club and exit ready to shape their future and have an impact on their community. This is the true achievement of what we celebrate tonight. To the staff that pour their hearts out into changing our youth into productive citizens, please know your efforts do not go unnoticed. I, along with everyone else in this room, appreciate your commitment and dedication. I've been fortunate to be part of an organization that embodies the values of leadership, community, and opportunity. The Boys and Girls Club is a place where so many young people have found not only a safe place, but a platform to discover their potential, develop skills, and dream bigger than they ever thought possible. It is an organization that believes in young men and women. I have faith in the Boys Club and an unconditional belief in the work the club performs. Through the years, I've raised funds for various efforts, and the easiest way for me to ever raise funds was to pick up a potential donor and drive them to the club so that they could witness firsthand the work that the club performs. The focus for the club has always been for the 2,500 members and the 6 Muskogee County locations: academic achievement, a healthy lifestyle, and leadership and workforce development. At the risk of leaving others out who deserve recognition, I believe I would be remiss if I did not highlight several individuals and entities that have been crucial to the Boys and Girls Club of the Chattahoochee Valley since its founding in 1937. I thank Curtis Jordan, Barnett Woodruff, the Bradley Foundation, John Flanoy, Madden Hatcher Jr., and Jimmy Yancey. Thank you very much. As we leave here tonight, let us commit ourselves to provide every young man and woman the opportunity to achieve and reach their full potential. I am honored to be part of the members' journey, and I hope in some way I've made a difference in their lives. Lastly, I want to dedicate this award to all of the young people who are still finding their way, discovering who they are, and exploring what they can accomplish. Please know that the Boys and Girls Club is a place where you are seen, heard, and valued. You have a bright future ahead. Thank you very much, and peace be with you.
He said we can talk about Carolina Duke anytime, you know. That's great. Well, after that speech, I'd say it's 40-love. Will White is winning that match, right? So what a special night this has been already so far. And if you're in for a treat when you hear from the three finalists in just a minute. But we want to we want to thank a few folks coming up here, and so we're going to bring up Fred Mangione, who is the Executive Vice President of the Boys and Girls Club of the Chattahoochee Valley, and to share a little more.
It is so good to be with everybody on such a special occasion. Many of you may be wondering who this guy is talking to you. Normally at this point in the night, we'd be hearing from our CEO, Rodney Close, and we love Rodney, and Rodney loves this event, but unfortunately he just couldn't be here with us tonight, so you get me as your backup. But my name is Fred Maglione. I've been volunteering with this organization for more than a decade, and in January I started as Executive Vice President to support Rodney and the amazing staff and children we have here tonight and in our clubs every day. This event would not be possible without the support of so many dedicated, committed families and sponsors who make it all happen. So first and foremost, I want to say thank you to TSYS, a global payments company. TSYS has been with us since day one of this event, huge supporter of the organization for decades. Thank you to TSYS and all the TSYS representatives that are here with us. Please extend our thanks back to the home office. We've got some amazing media sponsors, the Columbus Ledger-Enquirer and WTVM News Leader 9. Thank you for sharing our story. I've loved the spotlights you've done of the Youth of the Year candidates all week long, and I think some of you will see some more in the couple days ahead. We have wonderful signature sponsors, the Boykin family and Greystone Properties. You guys have been so supportive over many years. And then exceptional participant sponsors, including ACOM, AFLAC, Smith Companies, Pound Clark General Contracting, Southeastern Dental Center, the Gower Attorneys at Law, and Publix. Before I get to the main event, and that's our three Youth of the Year finalists, I want to ask everyone in the audience to consider helping the organization in three distinct ways. First, come visit a club. Mr. White just talked about how he used to bring folks to the club. Bring a friend with you to the club. See for yourself how we are putting charitable dollars to work for this community. We've scheduled 4 different tours, and you can get all the information on the QR code on the screen. But if you'd like to come see what we're doing, sign up for one of these tours and learn for yourself. If you can't make it, just let us know. We'll be happy to schedule a special tour for you. Second, we've got to talk about fundraising. We have a very specific financial need where we could use your help. As you probably know, we rely on the generosity of families, companies, and community partners to fund all the work that we do. And this year we have a specific request, and it's a little unorthodox, and I'll ask that you bear with me and let me explain. But sports is one of our priority initiatives right now. And the reason being, you saw earlier tonight when the children were on stage, we've raised a lot of money to upgrade our facilities. They're in relatively really good shape. Thanks to the Moody family, we have a scholarship endowment that will provide direct support to students for generations to come. We're in good shape there. We spend every day focusing on academic support, leadership and character development, providing nutritious food and snacks and meals, workforce training. And we're not going to stop or slow down on any of those initiatives because we're trying to prepare children for college or career. We're channeling their energy into productive activities. But none of the academic support, the skills training, none of it matters if you're not inside the club taking advantage of it. We know if we can get students in the door, participating in club activities, things change for the better. And that's where the magic begins to happen. But we need to get them in the door. Today we're serving nearly 700 students every day, but we've got room for more. We can make an important impact on more young men and women. And we believe sports is an important element to get kids in the door. It's not the only reason folks and children will join the club, but it's an important reason. And just think about it. If you were to sit down with a 13, 14, 15-year-old, maybe even a 10 or 12-year-old, and talk about all the homework help we provide, that may not be super exciting to get them in the door. But if that same middle schooler or high schooler didn't make that middle school or high school basketball team and wants to play in a structured environment and prove their skills, well, then we may have a chance to get their attention. There are so many reasons, you know this. Georgia, Auburn, Alabama, they're getting 50,000 applications a year. And one of those reasons is sports. It's not the only reason. But we know sports provides a glimpse into a university. It drives loyalty and affinity. And it's the same for us. We believe it's an important gateway, an important positive gateway to get students in our doors where we can begin to make a difference. So tonight and for the rest of the spring, we're going to try something. And we're going to focus on raising $80,000 to run a sports pilot program. It's an 18-month project. Admittedly, it's a test. But $80,000 will allow us to pay for the equipment, the supplies, the facility maintenance, and one dedicated staff person to champion and manage sports across all of our locations. So as you listen to the speeches tonight, I'd ask you to consider supporting this effort. We've got about 400 people in the room tonight, excluding the students and their families and our staff. You can do the quick math, and this is terrible fundraising advice, but you know, if all 400 people gave just $200, we'd hit that $80,000 goal really fast. So you have envelopes on your table. This QR code will also take you to a giving page. Give it some thought. You can turn in envelopes tonight as you leave, mail it in next week as you think about it, but we could definitely use your support. So I told you I had 3 specific requests. The first was a tour. The second was our sports program. The third one I think is pretty fun. I want to ask everybody here to think about using your social media presence, your influence, to support some of the ambitious and entrepreneurial and talented members we have that started their own podcast. Let me show you, hopefully we will show you what we're talking about real quickly.
From Boys and Girls Club of the Chattahoochee Valley, this is Mixtape to My Future, a teen-led show about navigating our lives in Columbus, Georgia.
What do you wish your younger self had done differently in life?
I wish my younger self would have picked better friends.
I wish I could have told myself that confidence is key.
Since I'm still younger, 15 years old, probably start getting out of my shell and talking to people.
Join us as we each explore the questions and issues that concern us, from friends to mental health to music and all the other things we're thinking about.
I go through a lot of emotions. We are now in a new generation, and the way kids interact with each other and stuff is completely different.
I'm gonna just start it off by saying a mask, because some people will be like, oh, I'm happy, or I'm this person, but really inside you, you're not that. Like, you want to show your true self, but you can't.
This is Mixtape to My Future from Boys and Girls Club of the Chattahoochee Valley.
Okay, that was some very good advice.
Isn't that cool? So my third request is to show these members and their podcast some love. Again, use the QR code, you can get all the details. Download an episode, listen to one, like and subscribe, spread the word about their amazing work. You know, that podcast is just one example of the amazing work and the gifts that blossom when students come through our doors at the Boys and Girls Club. You're about to hear some other amazing gifts and see some amazing things from our 3 Youth of the Year senior finalists. So direct your attention to the video screen to learn a little bit more about them, and then we will hear their remarks. Thank you.
Every great idea starts with a spark, just a flicker of possibility. It's the first step towards something bigger, brighter, and full of potential. And sometimes all it takes is a single moment of inspiration to turn that spark into something real that lights up the world.
My name is Genesis. I attend the club teen center, and I'm in the 12th grade. I like to think of myself as someone who puts others before herself. When I think of the club, I immediately think of kickball and the people and friends I've made. A staff member who has had a great impact on me would be Miss T. She is always there when we need a helping hand, whether we're sitting down and we're talking to each other. If we need life advice, she'll come and she'll help us out. I have a few colleges that I'm looking at, but overall, career-wise, I would love to be a veterinarian. I love taking care of animals. What excites me most about this opportunity is being able to plan ahead for the future and discover who I am as a person. If I won Youth of the Year, I'd be excited and nervous because I know that state is coming up and that'd be some very tough competition there, but I'm gonna enjoy it for the moment.
At the Boys and Girls Club, we believe in the power of light, because when young minds have the right tools, support, and encouragement, their ideas shine brighter than ever. We're not just turning on lights. We're sparking creativity, curiosity, and confidence. Here, we teach our kids that even the smallest idea can grow into something that lights up their world and the world around them.
My name is Edwin. I attend the College and Career Center, and my platform is to increase the literacy rate among teens. A fond memory I have of the Boys and Girls Club is the time where I went through the process of getting my first job at the Boys and Girls Club, where I went through an interview and I did training. How I would feel if I won the Youth of the Year, I would be pretty excited. I feel like becoming the Youth of the Year is like a pretty big milestone in the Boys and Girls Club. A staff member that had a major impact on me would be Miss Sam. When I came back to the Boys and Girls Club when she was here, it pretty excited me because she's been a great mentor. My future plans after high school is to study computer science and obtain a job in that industry. A memory that I think about when I talk about Boys and Girls Club will be the time I took to prepare for the Youth of the Year. When doing that, I've gained some public speaking skills, interview skills, and most definitely social skills. I believe that I am the best candidate for Youth of the Year because I have the dedication not only to help out my community, but anybody that is in need of help.
We help them connect their ideas to a greater purpose. Whether it's designing a solution for a community, inventing something new, or inspiring others to follow their own path.
My name is Taylor. I attend the East Columbus Boys and Girls Club. My platform is boosting self-esteem. A great memory that comes to mind when I think about the club would be playing soccer and dodgeball with my friends at the Boys and Girls Club. What excites me most about this opportunity is that I've seen others go up there and win and be so happy, and it inspires me. A staff member who has had a great impact on me at the Boys and Girls Club would be Miss Kiki, because she has helped me learn that it's not people aren't always set up against me. Some people are trying to help me. My future plans would be I want to graduate from Georgia State University and become an interior designer. I think I would be the best Youth of the Year because I have always showed good leadership and helped my peers and been around people who have shown me that good things will come from good people. The Boys and Girls Club has shown me that I can blossom into a better person when I'm around better people.
Hello, my name is Barry Ogburn. I go to North Columbus Boys and Girls Club, and my favorite thing to do there is to hang out with my friends and draw.
Hi, my name is Alexis Jones. I attend the Fox Elementary Boys and Girls Club, and I like going to the Boys and Girls Club because we have fun and learn life lessons.
Hello, my name is Antonio Pace Jr., and I go to the J. Barnett Woodrow Boys and Girls Club. I like going to the Boys and Girls Club because I get to try new things and meet new people.
My name is Brianna Stout. I go to the East Columbus Boys and Girls Club, and I like going to the Boys and Girls Club because we have fun and learn new things.
Together, we are illuminating futures, one idea, one spark, one light at a time. Because when you shine a light on the potential of young people, you help create a world that's brighter for us all.
The club has lit the path for me.
My future is bright thanks to the club.
The path is illuminated for me.
Every light started as an idea. What if the next big idea starts with you?
All right, some exciting times here. We're actually going to hear from those three candidates for the Youth of the Year coming up here in just a minute. So again, we appreciate you guys being here tonight. They're going to each come up here on stage and give us some amazing things coming up here in just the next few minutes. Come on up, guys. All right. First of all, congratulations. Let's give them a hand. You know, seeing these young men and women on stage and seeing, you know, all the young men and women that are out here, you know, in the Bibb Mill Event Center here tonight, really shows that we have a bright future, right? And, you know, they're our future leaders. Now is the time to hear from our top three senior finalists who will recite their speeches tonight, which they've been working on since early fall, so months now. The first one we're going to hear from is this young man behind me, Edwin Brown, a 10th grader from Jordan High School and from the John F. Flournoy College and Career Center.
I like to think of my life as a book. Each day unfolding like a new chapter full of twists, lessons, and unexpected turns. Some days are filled with joy and laughter, while others are marked with struggle and growth. As I turn each page, I realize how the past has affected my present and how the current choices I'm making will influence my future. In the past, I struggled with literacy. Not being able to understand it frustrated me to the point where I refused to learn it. Even though I tried to familiarize myself with it, it still felt like it was being forced instead of actually learning it. Therefore, I blocked out a crucial academic I needed in order to succeed. Though I was not too fond of literacy, there was an unexpected turn that started a new chapter in my life. That being the College and Career Center. When there's a new chapter, it comes with new characters, settings, and opportunities. The College and Career Center being that new setting, I was still hesitant. From what it looked like, it seemed to be another learning experience that I didn't want. But it was more than that. The College and Career was far from that. With the College and Career Center, I got my first job as a youth employment staff. I was a part of Keystone, which was a community service club, and I got to travel and learn new things at the Keystone Conference. Not only did I get those amazing experiences, but I was also able to meet new people, such as Miss Sam, Miss Jamil, and Mrs. Tavari. They helped me get past my struggles and helped me see how I can help others with the same struggles that I had. And I realized I wasn't alone. Taking that to mind, I figured out what I wanted to do, how I could do it, and how I grew from it. This experience inspired a new chapter in my story, to improve the literacy rate of young team members. Many Georgia 8th graders face literacy difficulties, with the recent assessment showing a significant portion not meeting grade level objectives. My plan to improve this is to start a book club where young team members will be able to find their voices and improve their understanding of literature. Boosting the literacy rate is not the only thing I want to do. I want the young team members to thrive and be passionate for what they're reading for. I ask for all help for the future of the Boys and Girls Club. Thank you.
Very impressive. Thank you so much, Edwin, for sharing your heart. Our next presenter is Taylor Lamb, a 9th grader who attends Shaw High School and goes to the East Columbus Boys and Girls Club.
Oscar Wilde once said, "Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken."
Stepping into the teen center filled me with nerves, but I quickly realized that being myself was the best choice I could make. Meeting new people can be intimidating, and I worried that my loud personality may come off as annoying. But I decided to be myself, and I'm so glad I did. At the Boys and Girls Club, I've not only strengthened my skills, but also discovered new passions. From soccer and dodgeball to dancing and running around with friends. These active moments have created some of my best memories. The club has taught me the value of teamwork and communication, showing how much fun it is to work and play with others. I've always been a people pleaser, wanting everyone around me to like me. But through my experiences here, I've learned that I can't control what others think of me. What matters is being true to myself. At the Boys and Girls Club, I've met others my age and club members who have shown me that there are people who will be there for me when I think I'm alone. People that have the same dreams and passion in common as me, people that share the same struggles as me, and I know I'm not alone in this community. I always try to make sure I'm not overlooking the quiet one in the corner because they may have a lot to say, like myself. The friendship I formed at the Boys and Girls Club have shown me that the right people will appreciate me for who I am. One of the most exciting aspects of my time here has been exploring new places and ideas. Trips to places like Six Flags were thrilling, and trips to colleges like Georgia State opened my eyes to my future. I've always dreamed of becoming an interior designer, and learning about the programs at Georgia State sparked my interest even more. Not only were we given opportunities outside of the club, but being a part of programs and skill-building activities were the fun inside the club. From Workforce Wednesday, where we learned about being in the labor force, to Miss Jamil visiting my club to teach us how to communicate with others. These are a few of the impactful programs. It's empowering to envision a future where I can pursue my passion. Throughout this journey, the Boys and Girls Club has felt like a second home. A place filled with love, support, and smiles. The people I've met have become a family, creating an environment where I feel welcome and important. Each day I walk in, know I'm surrounded by people who uplift and encourage me. My experience at the Boys and Girls Club has been transformative. It has helped me grow in ways I've never imagined and has given me the confidence to be myself. I encourage everyone to seek out spaces that foster growth and connection, just as the Boys and Girls Club has done for me. Together, we can build a community that celebrates every unique voice. Thank you for listening. I am Taylor Lamb, your 2025 Youth of the Year candidate.
So mature for a freshman in high school. I think I was quite immature as a freshman in high school. Some amazing teens at our club, and one more example is our final Youth of the Year presenter, Genesis Tucker, a 12th grader from Hardaway High School who attends the Club Teen Center.
I have been a member of the Boys and Girls Club since I was 6 years old. To me, being at the Boys and Girls Club has always been about how to prepare for the future and how to get ahead in life. I have met many amazing staff and members who have helped turn me into the person that I am today. They have helped me grow and mature into a young adult, and have always inspired me to be creative and think outside the box. When I first moved down to Columbus, my mom enrolled me into the East Columbus Boys and Girls Club. I didn't have many friends my age outside of my cousins to talk to and hang out with. So I often talked to and hung out with the staff. I remember talking to Coach D and Mr. Marvin in the gym, Ms. Jones at the front desk, and even Mr. Tavari and Mr. Brandon from time to time. I even remember Coach D taking a small group of us outside to talk and play foursquare while the guys play kickball and tip. It was at the Boys and Girls Club where I realized I am super competitive. There were times during kickball where someone would do something that the rest of us didn't necessarily agree with. Talking to Ms. T helped me to understand that it's not always about the situation at hand, but how we move forward with it. As someone who struggles with mental health, I've often struggled with making and keeping friends. I've often tried to push them away and keep them out at a distance. The family I've made at the Boys and Girls Club helped to encourage me to go to therapy. Therapy has helped me to see the world in a new way, so that way I can in turn get the world the best version of myself. Because like Miss A always says, you want to sell the best version of yourself to the world. Now that I am older and I am able to be the welcoming face that people see when they first walk through the doors at the South Columbus Teen Center, it means so much more to me. Because when I was little, I didn't always have that person my age who I could go to. I'm the person people come to for help or just when they need to decompress. I truly believe every child could benefit from having a place like this to go to, because the Boys and Girls Club has offered a helping hand and a fresh perspective on any situation when I needed it, inside and outside of the club. I hope you can join me on this journey to make everybody feel included. Thank you.
Really amazing stories and poise from all three of our Senior Youth of the Year finalists. We appreciate you guys sharing your life stories, being open about struggles and triumphs. It's a good lesson for all of us, right? And in just a few minutes, we will be announcing the 2025 Youth of the Year winner, which you've all been waiting for. Each of these finalists, by the way, will receive some special awards. All three will receive a special gift thanks to ACOM. All three of these young men and women will receive scholarship dollars. 2 finalists will receive $1,500 scholarship, and the winner will receive $2,500 John B. Woodruff Jr. scholarship. A special thanks goes to the family of the late John B. Woodruff Jr., who have honored him and his memory by generously funding the John B. Woodruff Jr. Scholarship Fund each year to ensure that our Youth of the Year finalists are awarded with these scholarship funds that are very important to help ensure they pursue a post-secondary education. Finally, both runner-ups will also receive a 1-year scholarship to Columbus Tech, and the winner will receive a 2-year scholarship there. Thank you to ACOM, the Woodruff family, and Columbus Technical College for generously supporting our Youth of the Year finalists. And now, I'd like to bring up to the stage the president of the Board of Directors for the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Chattahoochee Valley, Mr. Keith Pierce.
All right. Jason, thank you very much, and please send our well wishes to Barbara. You and Barbara have been such great friends of the Boys and Girls Club over the years. You do a great job of hosting this event every year. You bring a level of professionalism and production to this event that I think is very deserving of the kids that we are here to recognize and celebrate. So thank you very much for that. Well, wow is all I can say. I mean, what a great event. Again, another very special night to celebrate the Boys and Girls Club and the work that we do in the community and the kids that are thriving at our clubs every day. On behalf of the Board of Directors and the entire Boys and Girls Club organization, just like to extend our sincere thanks and appreciation for each of you for joining us at tonight's program. You know, this is our marquee event every year. This is the big event that we look forward to every year, and I know that many of you, hopefully all of you, do as well. It's our major fundraising event of the year, yes, but more importantly, I think this event is our opportunity to showcase the work that we're doing at the Boys and Girls Club each and every day, and it gives us an opportunity to spotlight the tremendous, the best and brightest kids that attend our club each and every day. The kids that you have met tonight represent a perfect and very promising example of the talented and motivated youth who are being developed at the Boys and Girls Club and who will make up the next generation of productive citizens in this great community. I'm going to do a little role reversal on the agenda. I think my closing remarks were scheduled for after the presentation, but I'm going to go ahead and get to that because I know we're going to be so excited when we announce and wanting to celebrate tonight's winner that I won't take our time to do that afterwards. But let me just take a moment to just recognize a few people and just pass out a few very well-deserved thank yous. First of all, to Tavari and his team, Jennifer, Kathy, and others who worked so hard on putting this event together every year. As you know, this type of event doesn't just happen. It takes a lot of good planning, and they've poured their heart and soul into this, and it's a tremendous event, so thank you for that. Mr. Will White, I mean, I don't think that we could ask for a better role model, a better example of servant leadership, a guy who, as the video said and the people who spoke of him said so eloquently, a guy who just gives unselfishly in everything that he does. And I think he's a great role model for our kids, and we're glad to recognize him tonight, and thank you for being here. Mr. and Miss Frank Moody, man, we can't thank y'all. Frank kind of came into our lives really almost, I'll say unexpectedly, earlier or late last year. Came to us and said he had an idea, he wanted to give it a big way. He's a very humble man, a very generous man, and the gift that the two of you are giving, as the presentation said, will just provide opportunity for kids in our community for generations to come. Thank you so much for doing that, and thank you for being here tonight. Our board of directors, we've got a tremendous board at the Boys and Girls Club. They're very active. They do whatever we need to support and motivate and encourage the things that we're doing at the Boys and Girls Club. So I want to thank our board of directors. I want to thank our entire staff at the Boys and Girls Club. Man, they do great work every day. I mean, they get up, they open the doors, they turn the lights on, they cook the meals, they serve the meals, they drive the buses, getting our kids from the schools to the clubs. They take them home, they mentor them, they motivate them. The work that the staff of the Boys and Girls Club is hard to measure. And I just want to say a sincere thanks and recognize everybody there that works at the Boys and Girls Club. And finally, to our Youth of the Year finalists. On the junior finalists, Antonio, Barrett, Alexis, and Brianna, and the senior candidates that you heard speak tonight, Edwin, Taylor, and Genesis. Thank you for having the courage to step forward and present yourselves to talk about your experience, to talk about your aspirations, to talk about what your plans are in the community. Thank you so much for doing that. It takes courage to do what you've done tonight. You've worked hard. I congratulate you for doing that. You're all winners, regardless of who takes home the winner's trophy tonight. So with that, the reason we're here tonight, of course, is to recognize and honor the Boys and Girls Club of the Chattahoochee Valley's 2025 Youth of the Year. And I'm told that the winner is in the envelope, and so...
Get it right here.
Okay.
It's hidden. The envelope, please.
Good deal, yeah. I'll ask for a drum roll, but I don't know that we have that. But I'll say it's my honor to recognize and celebrate this year's winner of the Boys and Girls Club Youth of the Year, to Genesis Tucker.
First off, I want to start by thanking my family and my friends who helped me to, first off, not just, okay. I'm still kind of shot in the real okay. I want to thank my family and my friends at the Boys and Girls Club who've helped me not only to get this far, but who encouraged me to keep going in this Youth of the Year process. I would also like to thank Ms. Jamil specifically and Ms. A for keeping me in line and not letting me give up on such an amazing event, because I truly believe, like I said in my speech, every child could benefit from having a place like the Boys and Girls Club to go to. Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations to Genesis. I felt kind of like the Oscars or Grammys back there holding the trophy for her. So thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Really appreciate you taking several hours out of your busy lives to be here, show your support. Don't forget you can continue donating. It doesn't just stop tonight. We got the QR code we showed you. There's opportunities on your table to do that as well. I mean, you are giving to our future. These are people that are going to replace us. They are our future leaders. They are going to take us to places we've never been before. So appreciate it. It's been my pleasure to be your host for tonight. Thank you so much for coming, and we hope everyone has a wonderful evening. Please drive home safely, and we will see you next year.
From Boys and Girls Club of the Chattahoochee Valley, this is Mixtape to My Future, a teen-led show about navigating our lives in Columbus, Georgia.
What do you wish your younger self had done differently in life?
I wish my younger self would have picked better friends.
I wish I could have told myself
Thank you all so much for coming out here tonight, supporting this amazing organization, Boys and Girls Club, also our Hall of Fame inductee, who you will meet tonight, and our Youth of the Year participants. We will find out some of the winners here in the next little bit, so make sure, I'm sure you're on the edge of your seat as we will find out some of those winners as we celebrate these young men and women who are our future leaders, right? Well, tonight is about honoring some